No, Chris is the
What's up, guys? Mr. Mayhem here. We got Mr. Jordan or Sir Lancelot.
What's up, Sir Lancelot?
Yeah. All right, what you got for us today, sir?
Today we got Hieratic Lair.
All right, let's see.
Alright, let's go for it.
Any spicy tech?
Any spicy tech? Not at the moment. So, as of right now, obviously you want to start it with a 3 Tef Nuit. You know, this is a go second deck. And so, whenever you go second, open up with Tef Nuit. You always want to open up with this card. You know, obviously free special summon, free trigger, whatever you need to do. Thank you very much.
Frickin' Nahaji.
And then,
Hey, are you cheating over there?
main face.
Hell yeah!
the other 3 O's, we have Sue. Just flip these around.
I throw it on the face down and my turn.
Sue is just like a major staple in the deck. Obviously, you know, you tribute a Hieratic, special summon it from the hand, you know, easy peasy. And then he has a secondary effect, which you don't use often, where you can tribute a Hieratic from your hand, field, and basically pop a spell trap on the field. So it comes in handy sometimes, but you know, just kind of secondary,
You suck at
really.
this game, bro. I'm the goat fucker champ.
All right, because of that, we gotta say it's now not for kids.
And so now we got the 3 E set.
Fucking hell, man.
Normal summon zero priest.
I like to run 3 of these just because
Spot summon.
essentially a free normal summon, even though he's level 5. If anything, I just use him as like a tribute fodder, just like Tef Nuit.
After 16.
So, you know, because just in case you don't open up with Tef Nuit, you know,
zero
you'll
priest
most
spells.
likely open up with E set, and, you know, get your free, you know, tribute, because you can special summon him from the hand, and, you know, just go off from there. And then we
Such a
run
god at this game, bro.
I only run 2 of these just because, 1, he's not normal summonable like E-Set here, and 2, I just feel like at 3, he just feels a little cloggy. That's really the extent of it.
Come back to this game with like 1 drop.
Then we have 2 Gabebs. Again, just another normal summon fodder, and you know, he has a cool effect where you, if he were to destroy a monster by battle, he'll be able to special summon any dragon normal monster from the deck and just make it 0/0. That's pretty much what they all do.
For sure.
Then of course, you know, we have the 2 seals. You know, not running 3 just because that I've seen that card way too many times in my hand, opening hands, and it's just dead.
It looks really similar to Raw Sphere mode.
It really does. Just a little less shiny. And that's it for the Hieratics. Now, of course, we gotta have the Red as Darkness Metal. You play in any dragon deck, always run
This
Darkness
seems
Metal.
really spicy. Like picante.
He comes and plays very many times in this deck. It's amazing. And then we have the Lair engine. So in this case, we have Dark's Diablos. I only run 2 just because, again, 3 is super cloggy, and I feel like 1 is not enough because he's pretty easily summonable, especially since, you know, you're going to be tributing pretty much the entire time in this deck. It is Hieratics, so you'll be able to get that free special summon off. Then we have
You know what's trash?
the one
You're
Light
trash.
Pulsar, for obvious reasons. You know, combo plays with the Darkness Metal.
I believe in the heart of the cards.
And
A
then
normal summon is zero
1
priest.
BLS.
Obviously.
Of course, because, you know, we're playing straight lights, straight darks. You know, might as well.
Bruh, like, seriously, you gonna curse on camera?
Fork.
Then we'll go with
Fork and heck.
Fork and short.
the other layer cards that we have in here. I'm only running 2 Arimas just because really you're not going to be using this secondary effect where it's like tribute draw a card or something like that. You're more or less using them as like a search for your Lair of Darkness, this right here. That's really all he's there for, because he's pretty much your terraforming for the deck.
Creature swap?
And then just
Yeah, it's fine.
the one Duke Shade. More or less, he's just in there, just, you know, just for some spicy plays. I just like to play him just because it's fun. Then we have 3 Labradorites. Pretty basic for any Hieratic deck. You always want to run 3
Runs a
Labradorites.
tribute.
You know, level
Destroys
6,
all cards on the
Dragon, normal, also a tuner,
I
some
can
spicy
affect my
tech.
Sandman.
And then for my last monster, just Effect Veiler.
Just the one?
Just the one. Just the one. Just because you don't really need any more. I don't really like, me personally, I don't like playing a bunch of hand traps, but, you know, when she does come into play, you know, it's pretty nice.
It's ballsy just playing the one.
Alrighty, now for the spells. Obviously, we got 3 Hieratic Seal of Convocation. Obviously, it's the search engine. You want to have 3 of those. Then we have 2 Layer of Darkness. You don't really need 3 just because this is like I like to stay true to the Hieratic archetype. I don't want to overload it with layer cards.
Wow, damn. 15?
Obviously, the 3 Dragon Shrine. And then only 2 Super Rejuvenations.
Only 2.
Only 2. Why only 2? Because though you do tribute a lot in this deck, you don't tribute enough to where you'll need Super Rejuvenation every single time. Like there's just a lot of scenarios where my board is cleared and I only have like 1 card in hand or something like that, and the Super Rejuvenation just comes in like hella late. And to the point where I'm not going to be like tributing at all, because we don't discard in this deck either, so you can't really get that discard draw off of it.
What a guy.
And so yeah, really it's just straight tributing in here.
You really are.
Monster Reborn, obviously. And that'll be all for the spells. And then we have our traps. Solemn and a Grinning Grave. Now, the reason why I cut out like a lot of the virus cards is because there have been a lot of times where people just immediately take out, the Layer of Darkness, obviously, because it's an amazing card. You can use your opponent's, monsters and turn everything dark. That tends to slow down a lot of decks. And so because of that, I don't know, like, because I like to use Grinning Grave on my opponent's monsters rather than my own. Even though I don't really need to, because, I can use that on Diablos, but, I kind of like to have Diablos on the field. But yeah, that's the only reason why I only run 1 virus card. You can run more if you want to. You can replace the Solemn. You certainly don't need this. You can run, like, Eradicator Epidemic or, just regular Crush card. That's pretty much it. Now we move on to the extra deck. Now the extra deck is just kind of fuzzy. I do a lot of playing around with this. So first off, we just have Gauntlet Launcher, just because easy rank 6 to go into, pop 2 free cards. Pretty simple. And then M7, I'm thinking about replacing that card just because it's pretty outdated. I'm not gonna lie, but it's nice to have that. Return 1 card each turn. Then we have Strike Bouncer, in case you just want to negate something, inflict 1,000 burn damage. It's pretty nice, pretty solid card. And then obviously, we're going to play 2 Attune.
I normal summon Magician of Faith.
1 is not enough, and 3 is way too many. So 2
is the perfect ratio.
2 is like the perfect ratio here, because there are a lot of occasions where I go into both of them. And I know for a fact I'm not going to go into a 3rd one, just because, like, the other ones, in terms of, like, situation-wise, like, I'm probably going to go into these 3 instead. And so, yeah. And really, you're only here to, you only have 2 of them. You really only use them just for getting your, either your Diablos, your Light Pulsar, or your Red Ice Darkness Metal. That's essentially their goals. And that's all they're rank 6. And then we move on to the rank 8. Obviously, fits with the archetype. To me, he's just a fun card. You don't have to have him in the deck. If anything, you can replace him with, another Link monster of some sort. I would say like 2 seals, maybe. Hieratic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres. More just for fun.
I can cut my own sheets.
Then we have number 23.
Damn, I didn't realize it was a zombie.
Yeah, crazy, right? But yeah, like, he's just like a really solid, a really versatile card. One, he just instantly negates a spell or trap card once per turn, and then when he has the freedom to attack directly, and then when he does, you can pop a card on the field. Like, he's just a really solid card, just a great rank 8, generic 8. They have Divine Dragonite Felgrand, and like, he's probably one of like my favorite cards in this deck, to be honest, just because, again, generic 8, and then once per turn, target any effect monster, negate its effect, and make it unaffected by everything. So it's pretty nice to put it onto himself every now and then. And then, of course, if you want to disrupt, your opponent's plays, negate their effects, so on and so forth. It's just a nice card. Obviously, generic 8. Very easily do it. Titanic Galaxy, just real solid. Love this card. Then Girsu. We all know what this card. We all know this card.
Is that the Ultra or is that the Ultra?
Ultra.
Tech for 16?
Yeah. Now, the Link monsters, like, I've been playing around with these 2, or 4, excuse me, but for sure, Saryuja. I get Saryuja, like, I get first turn Saryuja, like, all the time, really. I might bump him up to 2, just because of how often I can summon him out, just because of the amount of materials that you can get off of, tribute summoning, and then getting a monster off of that monster. And then,
It's also a lot easier to get now since dual power.
Absolutely.
I mean, not dual power, Devastator, dual Devastator.
Yeah, and so like just overall, like he fixes your hands, he special summons a free monster since you're running a lot of level 6s and level 8s. It's a free special summon, free materials, like just overall, like we all know like Saryuja is just absolutely amazing. Then obviously we have the seal. This is just a no-brainer really. He obviously fits with the archetype, and then just overall he's just a great card for disruption plays. And then plus on top of that, since you're usually tributing off of the sphere, that's what most people do with them. Now that you're playing an entire Hieratic deck, you can tribute off of them. And then since you're playing Diablos as well, you can tribute those and get his effect off for free and keep him on the field. So
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Overall, like it's pretty nice. So yeah, I'm thinking about bumping him up to 2. More than likely, I'm gonna bump him up to 2. I think I'm definitely gonna do that. Highly recommend doing that.
You should probably get it ASAP.
Yeah, honestly, because he's gonna raise in price for sure.
I'd say that in my
And then we just have Trigate Wizard.
You want to go for
Obviously,
another round?
Okay, I have to get better.
You really do.
Trigate Wizard plays.
Higher
And then
level.
just one in here. Like honestly, I never use him.
High.
But he does lock your opponent out of a lot of like extra link zones, I guess.
Nice.
But I mean, for the most part, he's really just in there for the disruption.
I'll beat
But
you with my
I'm gonna
goat
take
deck
him out
versus your real
just
deck.
because the cost to bring him out is just way too much, just for a mediocre effect, really.
Are you ready,
And
Julius?
that's about it.
And you got some tokens too, right?
Yeah. So let me just flex the tokens real quick. So we got the Yugi token, we got the Torment tokens, and then we just have the
Monarch token.
the Monarch token. There we go.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I only have these trash.
For sure, man. All right. Thanks, dude.
All right. No problem.